Hello there and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be in 2024 election part 3. So yeah, I'd also like to thank Ezra Minard, I hope I pronounced that right, for letting me know about Andrew Yang running for Mayor of New York City. Thank you for letting me know. So yeah, today we're going straight into it. There's no new candidates, so if they are, I'll be updating you first. So today we're going to be looking at Tulsi Gabbard, who was represented from Hawaii, ran in 2020, didn't win, but ran, was to the very end. And versus on the Republican side, first we're going to look at Matt Gaetz, who is represented from Florida, very, very strong Trump supporter. So we're going to get straight into it. So for the safe Democratic states, again, West Coast, including Hawaii, I'd say we'd all go Democratic, still staying in tact. Whoops. So yeah, this would leave Tulsi Gabbard with 210 votes. So now I'm going to look at the solid Republican states. So we're going to have a look here. I do think so this is looking if he became the nominee. So didn't mean to put that as solid. So yeah, we've got solid Republican states. So leave Matt Gaetz with a 7 electoral vote. So now we're gonna look at the likely Democratic states. Say Nevada, definitely a likely Democratic state, along with Minnesota. And New Hampshire, I definitely say likely Democratic state. And yeah, that's it for now. So we're gonna have to look at the likely Republican states: Montana, Missouri, South Carolina, and Indiana. So now we're gonna have a look at the lean Democratic states. I would say, I forgot to do Alaska. I would say for lean Democratic states, I'd say the Rust Belt would be a lean Democratic state, so it instantly mean Tulsi Gabbard would be elected president. I would say against another candidate, I think she would have better chances, but Matt Gaetz, I don't think is a very strong candidate, and I couldn't see him beating her. So yep, and I'd even say Arizona. So now we're gonna look at the leaning Republican states. I'd say Texas be a leaning Republican state, and Maine's 2nd district because a lot of the big Trump support there. So now I look at the tilt Democratic states. I would actually say Iowa would be a tilt Democratic state, and I'd say the same for Ohio and Georgia. I also think Tulsi Gabbard would be able to carry North Carolina, but I don't think she'll be able to carry, of course, because it's Matt Gaetz' home state. I don't think she'd be able to carry Florida. So I'm just go through the explanation for this. So yeah, the reason why I'd say a big landslide for Tulsi Gabbard is, again, Matt Gaetz, not a very strong candidate. Oh, forgot to do Maine 2nd district. I almost seem to do that in every video. So yeah, I'm gonna fill these in super quickly to show what it would look like. So yeah, Matt Gaetz is definitely not a strong Republican candidate that could bring out their best day. So this is why I would say a lot of these would be going Democratic, but not on, I wouldn't say be able to flip Texas. But yes, this puts Tulsi Gabbard at 341 electoral votes. So Matt Gaetz is 197. So now we're going to go back to it, and we're going to have a look at Gavin Newsom now, who I only found out this the other day, which I thought was quite fascinating. Is actually his ex-wife is the the girlfriend to Donald Trump Jr. So be very fascinating if they went against each other. Maybe could do that in a future video. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at Paul Ryan, former Speaker of the House, decided not to run for re-election 2018. So yeah, we're gonna have a look if he would run against were Gavin Newsom, as I said earlier. So yeah, we're gonna get straight into that. So now, filling in the solid Democratic states, Gavin Newsom's home state of California, easily, I would say, would go. Oh, not Nevada. I'd say New Mexico be a solid. I wouldn't say Colorado just yet because Paul Ryan is not the most far right candidate out there, so I wouldn't say that yet. So yeah, this would put Gavin Newsom at 200 electoral votes. So I'm going to look at the solid Republican states. Again, I think he did very well in Utah because, of course, he was the running mate of Mitt Romney back in 2012. Wow, so long ago now. So yeah, now we're going to fill in the likely Democratic states. Colorado, I'd say would be a likely Democratic state. Nevada, the same for that. Minnesota, I'd say would be a likely Democratic state. And that's it for now. So I'm going to look at the likely Republican. Montana, definitely. Missouri, definitely. And Indiana. So, yep, this and Alaska. Puts Paul Ryan 124 electoral votes. So now Gavin Newsom's leaning Democratic states. I would say leaning Democrat would be New Hampshire. And yep, that's it for now. So when I look at the leaning Republican states, I'd say Iowa be a leaning Republican state, Ohio, North Carolina, and Georgia. I wouldn't say Gavin Newsom would be able to win Georgia, and of course Texas. So this would put Paul Ryan 235 electoral votes and Gavin Newsom 229. So now we're gonna look at the tilt Democratic states. For tilt Democrat, I would still say Arizona ever so slightly, but not for Georgia. I would not say for Georgia. It would be a tilt Republican state. And for Maine 2nd District, I'm going to give that to Paul Ryan. And I'm also going to give, didn't mean to do that. I'm also going to give Nebraska's 2nd District to Paul Ryan. And yeah, so now, again, some more tilt Republican. We're going to focus on our spot in just a sec. So yeah, I would say Wisconsin be able to flip for him. When it comes down to Michigan, I would say Michigan would go to Gavin Newsom ever so slightly. So again, it would come down to Pennsylvania. So I find this very hard one. So Gavin Newsom, he's not really much of a popular candidate, and neither is Paul Ryan. So I actually would say Paul Ryan could carry Pennsylvania ever so slightly, but under 1%. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna fill it in just so you can have a better view of what it would look like. So the reasoning behind this, I just think Gavin Newsom's not really much of a popular candidate, really. So yeah, I could just see him doing not so good against Paul Ryan, even though Paul Ryan isn't the most popular candidate. I think he could barely pull off a win, but yeah. So here's a final map. So yeah, and yeah, we can squeeze in one more. So our last one, we will have Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, versus where's the bear, Donald Trump Jr. So yeah, gonna get right into it. So solid Democratic states first. Again, same as always, West Coast. And I'd even characterize Colorado safe this time. Um, and all the other ones, all the same. So yeah, where is it? Maine first. So yeah, this would give the Democrats 210, and solid Republican. And again, I'd say the exact same. Um, here we are. So I heard or saw something a couple days ago about the Patriot Party and maybe being formed or a possibility of it. So I might do a video on that maybe shortly in the next couple of days or maybe tomorrow. So yeah, getting back to the video, the likely Democratic states, I'd say would be, no, we're going to leave Nevada just for now. I would say Minnesota, be a likely Democratic state. Same with in New Hampshire, likely a Democratic state. And so yeah, we're going to the likely Republican. I'd say Alaska again still stays intact. So this give Don Jr. 113, Pete Buttigieg 223. So now we look at the leaning Democratic states. I'd say Nevada, be leaning Democrat. Arizona, leaning Democratic state. Um, and Nebraska's second district, be a leaning Democratic state. So now I look at the leaning Republican. I'd say Maine's second district, be a leaning Republican. And North Carolina, leaning Republican. And Texas, leaning Republican. Oh no, it's Tilt Republican. Is that Tilt Republican again? Oh, to get used to this. So yeah, those two. So now I'm going to do the Tilt Democratic. So um, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. So it will be Tilt Democratic states. I'd also say Iowa would be Tilt Democrat. Ohio, I'd say would be Tilt Republican. Um, and I'd say the same for Florida. Um, I just think Don Jr. is not really a popular candidate, so I don't think he'd be able to bring out as much support. And Georgia, I'd say Tilt Democrat. And Indiana, I could still see Don Jr. pulling it off narrowly, a lot narrower than Republicans have previously carried it. So yeah, so I'm going to fill in the safe Democratic states, or fill in the Democratic states so you can get a better view. And as you may have heard in the past two videos, I'm slightly losing my voice, so there might not be a video tomorrow, but I'm hoping I can try to get a video in tomorrow. So yeah, and please check out my video about the multi-party system. Yeah. So thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you come back for more. And also check out my other videos and please subscribe so you can see some more of my content and turn on all notifications so you can see all my latest videos. And whenever we've got some new candidates popping up here, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Um, so thank you for watching today's video, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Thank you.